Right. I will go ahead and begin the meeting. It is 6 p.m. Before we begin the meeting, the board and I have been discussing, and we've been hearing some comments from people about our current meeting. We have two TVs in the back. There might be a little bit of a reflection with the camera and everything, so we decided to go ahead and cover it. That way it would be less distracting with the glare off the TV. Scott says much better. So, get comfortable, and many thanks to all the feedback that we've gotten to make the proper adjustments. It's been a year and we've been making adjustments as it's went, so we really appreciate the feedback that's been given to us. All right. Does everyone have all the minutes? Okay. All right. When it comes to public comments, there are no public comments today. If we do have public comments, there is a limit to 5 minutes for each one giving a public comment. So as of right now, we don't have any public comments at this time. All right, we can go ahead and start roll call.
Robin Bush, here. Scott Hahn, present. Here. Jeff Kessinger,
Here.
Sheila Parton, Aaron Moore,
Oh, yeah. Keela Parton's not here.
Aaron Moore, here. Kathy White, and Bethany Yon.
Here. Now, to approve the minutes from August 14th, any criticisms, any changes that need to be made? We did meet earlier, or any corrections. We did make an edit, and we appreciate Scott Hahn for making that edit.
There is one correction. Scott's bringing that to the president's attention.
Okay, the lifetime, we switched it to career. There was just one adjustment that was made.
I would like to make the motion to accept the minutes as corrected.
Bethany seconds that. All in favor? Great, passed. KSD reports to Dr. Lynn Petrie. To let you guys know, so Sharon is not present today. Sharon Sparkman is not present today. And Emily is not here today. So Lynn will be taking over for their parts of the presentation.
and our direction is strong among the staff and students that we have here and the families that are behind us. I want you to know that I am listening to your concerns for consistency and clarity in everything that we do. I understand the importance of both consistency in processes and deaf representation on a deaf campus. But I also recognize the need for new approaches and innovative techniques that ensure we keep students first in all decisions as we pursue deaf-centered academics and post-school programming. That means being intentional in how we approach all things on campus, such as safety, delivering high-quality education, expanding leadership opportunities, and holding staff and students accountable while raising expectations. I, as principal, will not lessen these standards when it comes to our students. We will learn, grow, and move forward together. I'm committed to continuing to bring back the spirit of KSD. Our alumni, our traditions, and the pride that comes from being involved in something bigger than ourselves here at KSD. We want our students to experience success in every area: academics, leadership, and athletics. To achieve that, we must remain intentional in providing stability, consistency, and experienced leadership to guide our students each day. What you're going to see is us as a whole at KSD actively recruiting and marketing for deaf educators, coaches, and mentors in all areas. And we do this the correct way, with transparency and integrity. Representation matters, and our students deserve to see themselves reflected in those who teach, lead, and inspire them. You will also see KSD connecting and collaborating with other deaf organizations, higher education institutions offering deaf education programming, and deaf P through 12 schools across the country. Together, we, deaf education professionals and community members, will lift one another up, share ideas and programs, and grow stronger as a united deaf community. We are also deepening our partnerships locally, engaging with the community to ensure our students are intentionally exposed to deaf history, culture, and careers in our ever-expanding and evolving programs here on campus. I want our students to gain certifications that prepare them for jobs that haven't even been created yet. We will continue celebrating and building them into leaders. You'll see a little bit of an example of that later. We can't do that without you, our KSD community. Within our own walls here, we are investing in professional development, ASL growth for our staff, and creating a campus that celebrates and strengthens sign language development at every level. We are all KSD, one team, one community, one family, united by faith, purpose, and an intentional commitment to keeping every student at the center of everything we do. That journey continues, and I'm here to say the best is yet to come. We've added one new staff member, contract speech language pathologist, Miss Laura Carver. She has been fitting in well, and I'm excited to see where she goes throughout the year. Student enrollment, we are up 2 students currently. From last time I reported, we're up to 76, and they are some good additions to the student population. One of the highlighted partnerships that I want to mention, I know most of you know the Zornozas. We got Travis and Stephanie with the ASL shop. They're out there in Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. And we are partnering with them. So I told you we were across the country. They have been scheduled and they've already done a teacher training here on campus about increasing higher learning. So we want to have those trainings available to our teachers. They're scheduled for a couple more throughout the school year. And there is another partnership that we have with them that I'm very excited about. We are getting to pilot an app that they are currently developing that is going to help our beginning ASL learners get logged into, and we'll be able to monitor their progress as they expand their ASL knowledge and use. Right now we currently have, I think, upwards around 20 licenses that will be handed out to our new staff members, depending on their Slippy scores. Beginning level first, and then as they expand their ASL Shop app to intermediate up to superior, we'll be able to utilize that for staff as well. Now we come to the fun part, which is what you're going to hear about when I finish the state director report. A little bit of highlight, a little precursor leading into this. We had a group of students that got to attend the Junior NAD conference out in New Mexico at the New Mexico School for the Deaf. We had instructors, Doug Brewer and Juanita Couch, accompany 4 of our upperclassmen out to New Mexico School for the Deaf. They'll have pictures that they're wanting to share, and they'll get to talk a little bit about what they did while they were there. So I'm very proud of the students and the instructors that went with them. Another exciting thing that is going to be happening this weekend, we have an open weekend planned with our student leadership camp. Bethany Yachts is going to be part of that. She's going to be leading her and Barbie Harris with a whole slew of other volunteers, other deaf mentors that are going to be coming in and just working on advocacy with our students, working on teamwork, working on community support. So it is going to be an exciting time, and Friday through Sunday, we will have, I think, 12 to 13 students that are going to be participating in that, and I'm pretty excited about that. So if you see them around town, give them a wave. All right, I'm going to transition into my state director voice and presentation of how my body stature is going to be. I got to start off by saying Greta regrets that she could not be here this evening. She is at a conference out of state, the NASD conference. And I also want to tell that Shannon, which I'm representing right now, Shannon and Emma are unable to attend due to sickness. And we definitely don't want any of that. But I'll go over some of her updates that she had planned to give out. So if I speak about myself in third person, just know that it's Shannon up here speaking and not me. So in August, a team from KSD, connecting with that across the country, other deaf institutions, P through 12 schools, KSD visited Iowa School for the Deaf, and Washington School for the Deaf, and also Washington School for the Blind. This OCIL-funded trip gave our team an opportunity to sit down and discuss programming at each school. It was a valuable learning experience. We met with the superintendent of each school, principals, dorm directors, and outreach directors at each site. They presented hospitality and openness, sharing their best practices that they were greatly appreciated. During our debrief, both principals, KSD and KSB, Peggy Sinclair Morris and myself, both expressed sincere appreciation for the time that they took out of their schedule and the openness to continue collaborating as we go throughout the year. We all want to continue to grow, and what we've witnessed is that most state deaf institutions tend to be siloed and are isolated. And I wanted to continue the dialogue and continue openness that we can share our successes and best practices at both the schools. Outreach and collaboration. In September, Shelley and Shannon both got to do a statewide roadshow. They weren't selling antiques, but they were able to visit every regional SURTAC. Their presentations highlighted the programs and services offered at both of the state schools, KSD and KSB, including educational programming, transportation funding and support, athletics, the residential program, and outreach services. Those connections just enhanced their statewide presence and reinforced the mission of to serve students of the deaf and blind across the state. With the advisory board, we have currently 2 vacancies. For one of the vacancies, the KAD, the Kentucky Association of the Deaf, we did not receive any nominations for that seat. So we'll collaborate with KDE Communications to issue another call for nominations to fill that role. I want to end with this before I hand it over to the main attractions, which is the students. I'll take every opportunity to put them up in front of you and show you the things that they are doing and they're getting led by. So I want to finish with this statement. Together we are shaping the next chapter of KSD, honoring history while boldly moving forward to meet the needs of every deaf and hard of hearing student in the state of Kentucky. So now, without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Doug Brewer, and he has 2 students that are going to present their experiences out at New Mexico School for the Deaf.
Hello everyone, my name is Doug Brewer and I was the junior NAID chapter along with wanting to couch as well. So I'd like to give them an opportunity to share about their experiences. It's a new experience for them and for us as well, but I'll let them have the floor.
So I'm the president of the junior NAD chapter. One individual could not make it, but the 4 of us did go, and it's an opportunity for us to share our experiences and how cool it was. You know, in New Mexico, we flew in, that was rather cool. Some of us, you know, it was the first time to be on a plane, and so they can explain their experiences there as well. I'm a little nervous, let me look at my notes. So we convened at the New Mexico School, and what we did was we had 4 programs, groups that we were divided into. Different officers.
Officers.
We had
Round
different
table.
officers. We were at a round table, and we did some recordings with ASL. And so we had each of our different 4 groups that met. And we just had the chance to talk with those groups about our different experiences. Annie and I, we split it into 2 different parts. Depending on which role we played as an officer, and then you had to go up to 5. Well, let me back up. So you had to observe up to 10?
So at the round table, we had to make proposals, and there were numerous proposals made, and those proposals were reviewed, and they picked the top 10. And once they picked the top 10, then the delegates were selected to make those proposals to the NAD board. And the proposals were, how we wanted to change NAD and what our goals might be. Hopefully that's clear for everybody.
So 30 different deaf schools attended the conference, and I believe around 90 deaf students were there. And also, yes, we had different counselors involved, and volunteers were there too. Let me see. We were able to, we had all access for the whole conference. Everyone was communicating in sign, and everybody understood what each other was saying. We had different schedules of different events. We had workshops every day, activities and workshops from 8 to 10 every day. That was like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I think the most interesting thing, like with the culture and the different trips that we went on, just getting to go to New Mexico and experience the area and share with the different deaf schools, what does their school look like and what kinds of things do they do compared to what we do. And I would really like to thank the school for supporting my opportunity to go and to get to experience everything that I got to see. And I learned a lot of new things at that conference, and that's what I wanted to share. Francisco.
Thank you so much, KSD, providing us the opportunity to go to New Mexico. It was such a great experience with Junior NAD. It was just an awesome experience. Wow, Jeff says, wow, what a great experience for the students. I miss Junior NAD days. That was such a great experience to me, and it's so good to see it being passed on to the next generations. And hopefully future, you guys might become a chair of this advisory board. All right. Okay, next up is KSD facilities update. Mr. T, is Mr. T here? No? Chris. Chris says thank you.
You will be patient with me. Eventually, I will sign when I'm here. My maintenance team is getting ready to start teaching us. They're going to tutor us every week, so I will improve. So just be patient. Okay, T had foot surgery, so he couldn't be here. So let me give you an update on some of the things going on around campus. In the dorm, pods 3 and 4 They are finally getting their HVAC. They're working on it right now. I know Justin's happy. I'm happy too. Row Hall, they are getting ready to get new walk-in freezers and refrigerators. They will start that within the next 2 weeks. They absolutely need that. We're working on getting badge readers and videos at 2nd Street Gate and Martin Luther King Gate. So be patient, we're already working on it. It's just gonna take a little time. If you didn't know, Argo has been changed to the check-in spot. Anytime anyone comes to campus, they have to go to Argo to check in. With that being said, for the safety in Argo, we have put in bulletproof glass to keep her safe up there. Now this is from T. Jacobs Hall window replacement will start back November the 3rd. They had to pause because we had a bee problem. The bees are gone and the honey is good. Kerr Hall, HVAC, the bid has been accepted. So soon they will be starting on that. Middleton Hall, the interior work is on schedule. November the 17th, they'll begin a decision on the exterior bricks, with the bid date of February 2026 to make sure that we have it complete by the 26-27 school year. Brady Hall, the HVAC will be worked on the whole building in early spring. So we're starting down in the pods 3 and 4, but all of Brady will be done. They are going to start a project to tear down the old boiler laundry building across the road. They're in talks with it, so I'm not sure how long that will be, but I hope it's really soon. That's all we got.
Joe says thank you very much. Anyone have any questions? Oh, Bethany has a question.
I did have a question for you. What's going to be happening with the pool? Do you have any updates for that?
The pool is ready. We have to get it cleared out, cleaned up. We're gonna have to get lifeguards. It's other things. We want to get everything in place before we open
Yay,
it,
I'm so
because
glad to hear that.
we don't want to open it and then have to close it or pause anything. Once we open it, we want it open. So just be patient and we'll have everything together, but we don't want to rush it because we don't want anything to happen this time.
Awesome.
Any other questions?
All right. Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay, student life report, Justin Paget for student life director.
It's good to see everybody tonight. I have just a few dorm updates, just to keep everybody in the know. We are currently completing a dorm reading challenge. Students are challenging themselves to read more every day, and they are learning new vocabulary, and so we're wanting to support those academics. That's one of our pillars this year, is supporting the academic program here at KSD. And so right now, we're undergoing that reading challenge, and the students are excited about that. Right, guys? We also celebrated last week, was Digital Citizenship Week, and our tech department had shared some resources with us, and we were able to take some of those and implement those into our dorm to teach our kids about being good digital citizens. You know, how to be safe online, how to treat others online, and those kinds of things. So that was great. We've got some bulletin boards that are going, that's in the dorm right now to have our kids to help foster those wise decision-making skills when we're online. We're very excited. Chris and his team has been helping us get some exercise equipment in the dorm. We're gonna have a little fitness corner in the NPR, and they've really helped us, Chris and his maintenance team, get some flooring down to protect our floors in Brady. So we'll have that fitness center up and going here very, very soon. I know our boys are super excited about that exercise equipment. Another one of our pillars this year in the dorm is mindfulness, and so we have taken a pause in the dorm to practice mindfulness strategies to help us better cope, you know, social emotional learning, with different decision making, and how to kind of calm ourselves sometimes if we get upset. And so that's something that we have focused on this first semester in the dorm as well. The last time I was able to present to this board, we talked about our conference this summer. We were down at Florida School for the Deaf and Blind. And we were able to network with student life departments across the nation from deaf schools. And one of the things that we took away many things. One of those things was our independent living skills program. We have made some changes and adaptations to those, to that program, to have kids kind of step through the process to becoming more independent, being ready for life outside of KSD. So we have currently 5 students working through that independent living skills program. We're very excited to see the changes that come there. The final thing I want to talk about is recreation. That's something that we want to foster in the dorm with our students. We understand what the school day looks like. We want to give them a little relaxed atmosphere in the dorm. And so recreation is something that we work on each and every day to expel some of that energy. Kevin's in the room, and he has been working on disc golf with our kids. We have 9 baskets, 9 holes on campus. And so he has been teaching the kids how to play disc golf, get them outside, get them fresh air. And we have been doing some things like that as well. Walking on campus, we have a beautiful campus. And out behind Marshall Hall, we have a nice little trail that's used for cross-country practices. But we also take that opportunity to walk, you know, out in the fields there. Just get outside, get some fresh air, and help the students with their mental health as well. So those are the things I have to report from the dorm.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the board? Thank you very much.
Okay, now, as chairperson reporting, I have a list of, I'm going to try to summarize as much as I can. We have our KSDAB annual meeting, essentially a training that we go through back in August 25th. We want to say thank you to Sharon Sparkman, Dr. Lynn Petrie, and Nichols Roby, the attorney legal services, that was willing to come here and train us to improve our knowledge and understanding of KSDAB and what its role is, and future commissioner and everything, just the whole process. And we definitely learned a lot. We asked a lot of questions as a board, and Cromney was a very nice man and was was great for him to work with us, and he did come and visit the campus and was just in awe of this campus, absolutely loved our campus, and was just willing to learn more about us, and we were thrilled to have him here. And so one important issue that came up, we asked, hey, why is KSDAB essentially suspended? And, he was kind of puzzled by that. It's been suspended for a really long time. And our question is, what took so long to have this reinitiated? And, we want to know why it was suspended. And he is willing to investigate and figure out any more details to share with us. And hopefully we can get that answer. And, we asked further questions, but obviously time was limited. But he will continue to work with us. And we want to say thank you to him and to Sharon Sparkman and Lynn Petrie for hosting this training. I think it's really important to keep this an annual training because there might be legal updates that might come up. There might be some changes. And it's really important that KSDAB continues their transparent communication with Kentucky Department of Education and have that full transparency of communication, and also with the legal office. Just make sure we're not blindsided in any way. We want to have that full transparency between all parties. That's our goal as we move forward, and we're definitely seeing a lot of improvement this year.
And if I can, we're not able to see the video very well. People who are watching online say they're having difficulty seeing me, Jeff Kassinger, online.
Jeff says it seems people aren't able to see us on the live stream. Is there not a camera on the board?
I'll wait until they repair the live stream and see if it's up and running. Okay, apparently it is. I have a few comments once that's on. So if I could add, yes, go ahead. At the board training, the attorney came in and we talked about a number of things, and we wanted to make some changes in the structure of how we operate, and so that we are more fluid in how we do business for the board.
Yes, through this whole learning process, we did find some things, and so it's a learning process as we move forward. There's going to be a lot of things we're going to learn. Also, as you know, we've been thinking about a change, and myself and Dr. Petrie had decided that we will have a monthly meeting, just the two of us, to help things keep moving with the agenda, our goals, and our plan, and also as a chairperson to try to mediate all the information with the principal and the board members, and to see that we can improve in these areas. And not just that, but also with the interpreters as well. We just want to be ahead of the agenda moving forward. And so we provided information leading up, but before next meetings, you guys will be getting a lot more information ahead of time, along with the reports and our reports. Board members will have enough time. That way you guys will have enough time to read the reports and see the minutes reports as well. And just that way, everyone will be prepared. The interpreters will be prepared for upcoming meetings, and everything will be all prepared and ready. And we've decided we'll do first day of the week every month, keeping up with the agenda and the items included. I'll show all of you that for the next meeting. And we'll show what items we'll be working on, what we've completed. I think the interpreters need to know what the items are. As of now, we don't have that, but we will be working on that. That way, the interpreters will know, and everyone will know what's going on, what our priorities are, what we've done. There definitely will be an improvement. And that's something I'm very excited and looking forward to see that improvement in terms of the organization. I want to bring KSDAB up and set that foundation. And when I'm no longer the chairperson, because my term will be short, my goal is that the foundation is laid, and that whoever I pass the torch on, the whole process will be very smooth. So the committee, we're really excited to start the whole process. We have two subcommittees. We appointed Bethany as Kentucky Auditor Allison with the House Bill 825. She is going to take that subcommittee, and also Scott Hahn will be the facility. And last Tuesday we had a meeting, and it went well, and was we had the first subcommittee chairpersons. You know, I try to set up a better KSDAB guidelines, and I was thankful to the members' feedbacks. We were able to draft. We're still in the drafting process. As you can see with the draft watermark, you know, we did have this a long time ago, and I decided that we'd have these guidelines. That way, in the future committees will know what to do and have guidelines to go by. And so what we do, we have a chairperson with the subcommittees. Bethany will gather people to her committee, and then Scott Hahn will have people in his subcommittee. And once that's determined, myself and Dr. Petrie will make sure everything's all good and running for both subcommittees, and then they will determine a date and time when they'll meet, and then they will reach out to the members, and we want to thank the members who are willing to serve. This is really new, a new process that we're working on. So coming on next week, we'll start doing the roll call. And so each subcommittee has its different purposes, different researches. These subcommittees are not the same. So we're very selective that we find the people that would be ideal for each subcommittee. So these meetings could take place 2 or 3 times a year. They could be monthly. It's up to these subcommittees. We want to make sure that these subcommittees, the meetings run smooth, that we have interpreters and note takers. They could also be recorded. During these subcommittee meetings, they don't have quorums. There is no quorum. It's just a regular meeting. It's a little bit different than these advisory board meetings that we have here. We're really thrilled to be working with these subcommittees as we all work together. We also wanted to give an update in regards to the KSD property. Greta reached out to us on August 14th. Initially, it was a discussion. If you remember the last meeting, this was an issue with the city of Danville or city of manager. And Greta informed us, and we informed the city of Danville manager, Earl Coffey, that KSD, the property is not for sale. However, we are open to leasing, but the property on Lee Hall is not for sale, period. So, even though it might be, Earl Coffey is interested in short-term leasing, might potentially be open to having open discussions for long-term options for the tract, and seeking to potentially develop a formal lease agreement. So we need to keep an eye. We have to see, the legal language and pay attention. And as the deaf community, we need to keep our eyes on this. It's the same old story since 1972 till now. It's the same type of behaviors, same type of patterns. So with, even though they might want to lease, they do want Lee Hall. so we can see in the language. However, just wanted to make sure everyone is aware and that we're not blindsided, and we want to make sure as KSDAB that we'll have full transparent communication with KSD, KSAB, KSD administration, and Kentucky Department of Education. We want to have full transparency in terms of communication. We also want to have full documentation and have everything documented in terms of the negotiations with KSD property. Because even if we agree to a lease, we want to make sure everything is clear and is on file with KSDAB. Because what I've learned in the past, some documentation from the past is not there. They seem to be absent. So we want to make sure any detail, any signatures, any negotiations, any dialogue, discussion in regards to a property, we have to have it on file. And my goal is to make sure that there's full transparent communication in all three things with KSDAB, KSD, and Kentucky Department of Education. Again, wanted to thank Greta for the immediate communication. Back in August, we were able to communicate, and we were called, and we had an emergency meeting. We were able to proceed. We do want to express our gratitude to Greta. She's done a great job with the open communication, and we want to maintain the open communication because sometimes things can happen, local, state, things can happen. But we need to have full, transparent communication amongst all parties. That is my opinion.
Do you want questions now or at the end? Yes. So will the one subcommittee be involved with that, with Scott's subcommittee? Okay. Yes, I will be totally involved with that, Kathy.
Yeah, that is the goal. That's correct. I want to have, there to be some influence. And so that's why I said it's with these subcommittees, we're very selective in terms of who we pick to be in that subcommittee, specifically with facility.
So all that's been worked out. Great.
Any other questions? All right. Any public comments? We do not have any public comments. Okay. So the next meeting will be January 8th. February, I will be out of town for 2 weeks. And so it seems that we are all good with January 8th for our next advisory board meeting. Okay. Any proposals to adjourn?
I move that the meeting be adjourned. Aaron Moore seconds.
All in favor? All right, passed, and the meeting has concluded at 6:50 p.m. Thank you very much.